Military not only protects our country, it is sent around the world to bring order to nations ravaged by civil war. Although the men and women prepare mentally and physically for their deployments, their spiritual well-being can often be neglected. Our Talia Wise shows us how one ministry is introducing them to Christ.
Active duty soldiers go through rigorous training to be able to fight on the front lines of combat. But despite that physical training, their spiritual well-being is oftentimes overlooked, and they suffer in silence from things like post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and depression. So one nonprofit is helping soldiers by getting them involved in extreme sports in order to share the gospel and the message that true freedom and healing can be found in Christ.
This is Soul Survivor Outdoor. And this high-flying crew is a part of what it looks like to reach active-duty military soldiers with the gospel.
Because you get people up on the side of a rock or a mountain, and it challenges them in ways that they aren't getting challenged in an office environment when they're going, doing normal day-to-day routine.
Rick Wolf is a retired Marine Corps lieutenant colonel and the founder of Soul Survivor Outdoor. He started the program after finding deployed combat soldiers returning home battling serious problems like PTSD, substance abuse, and suicide.
Whether we're talking about the veteran population or the active duty population, we know that statistically that the suicide rates are not coming down, that depression, anxiety, these things are pretty significant in the society in general, and the military is a cut of the cloth.
Wolf says that although there are programs to help veterans and active duty soldiers manage these issues, most don't deal with the root cause.
And as Christians, we know that the real answer is Jesus Christ.
So Wolf takes them off base and into the air or on top of a mountain to deal with real issues and lead them to Christ. And the message he shares rings true in the hearts of these warriors.
That your value as a human being, whether you're in the military or someplace else, it's intrinsic because it comes from your Creator and not from your career or your status or your phone or something else, but that you really have value.
So far, more than 5,000 active duty soldiers have attended Soul Survivor events, and last year alone, 400 soldiers gave their life to Christ. Wolf says the church is missing an opportunity to evangelize soldiers.
I went mentally and physically prepared to Afghanistan, but I don't believe I was spiritually prepared. And you have to have organizations like Soul Survivor who are going to take an intentional effort to be able to prepare these warriors, not just mentally, not just physically, but spiritually for the hardships of military life.
Wolf says his organization has only begun to scratch the surface. And with 165,000 active duty soldiers deployed in more than 150 countries around the world, there's an opportunity to share the gospel globally. That's CBN Good News. I'm Talia Wise. Until next time, make time to spread a little bit of good news.